What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Bring the Thunder podcast. Today's a very nice day. The Thunder sweep the Grizzlies in 4 games to move on to the Western Conference semifinals, so we're pretty excited about that. 117 to 115 was the final in Memphis. I'll throw out some stats real quick. Shea, 38, 5, and 6. Pretty decent game. J-Dub, 23, 4, and 5. Been outstanding all series. Chet, 11 points. 4 blocks. Hartenstein, 11 and 12, 3 assists. Caruso was a maniac again all game long, 6, 3, and 5, 1 block, 2 steals. Wiggins got in there a little bit, 9 points, and Isaiah Joe had 3 threes with 11 points. They got it done. I wish I could bring more excitement to this episode or this recap, I would say. But the fact is, they didn't look too great in these last 2 games. Could easily be a different series if Ja was on the court, but we're moving on, and we get to face the winner of the Clippers and the Nuggets series. That game is on now, actually. I think Denver's leading early, but we're moving on, and, you can't complain much about a sweep.
Yeah, although it is a bit worrying, but I'm sure we'll figure it out, and if we don't, then we don't, but it's just the offense isn't clicking, really. It's either everyone's going crazy and Shea's not, or Shea's going crazy and no one else can find their rhythm.
Right.
And we need to find the balance where both happens.
Right. Some things we could focus on right now is before the series started, I really wanted this to be Jalen Williams series, and I believe it was. I think he was outstanding every game of this series, defensively and most importantly, offensively. Chet Holmgren really shined in this series as well. Really nice to see what Alex Caruso did. He's such a cornerstone for this team. I'd like the bench to get a little bit more involved, but there are some things that we were looking to improve on from last year that we really did this series, which being the guys outside of Shea, right? So Jalen Williams has really taken the leap. I think he, in this series possibly was our best player outside of Alex Caruso, funny enough, which is, not great for Shea to say about Shea, but you get the series done, you move on, and that's why we play. There's 16 of these games, right? So we're 4 down. We got 12 more wins to go, which is a great feeling. And honestly, you just get back to, you get to sit back and how the rest of these series unfold, which are looking to be great series. Like I already mentioned, the Denver Clippers will be playing them. Minnesota took a 2-1 series lead against the Lakers last night, which I didn't see coming. So we'll keep an eye on that series. And then we got the Rockets and Golden State tonight. The first game in where Golden State's home. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, it was nice to see Shea with the 38 points, 5 and 6, but I'm still having a problem with the 3-pointers. I'm still having a problem with he's not closing games for us. He made a big shot, but he was like 1 for 4 in the last 3 minutes of the game. J-Dub did his best to close out the game tonight, but we can't continue to scrape by with Shea not closing games and not being as effective as he normally is. Like, he had 38 points today, but it was a really quiet 38, and then we only beat a injured Memphis team by 2 points. We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. I mean, he dialed down the threes a little bit, only 4, one from 4, but I think 2 or 3 of them came in the last couple minutes, which,
yep.
I mean, he's the best interior scorer in the NBA. Just go get a bucket, right?
Right. And then I also had
every
a big
time.
problem. Yeah, he could easily get a bucket every time. We saw it all season long. And I also had a big problem with the defense today. Scottie Pippen Jr. is an excellent basketball player, but he's not a 30-point, 11 rebound type of kid, and we can't be putting the kid on the line. He was 10 for 10 from free throw today. That can't happen. Bane had 23, but he was inefficient. That was great defense all series long, but Scottie Pippen, I know we're known to have one guy kill us in the playoffs every year, but Scottie Pippen, that's not the guy I was thinking this year. I was honestly thinking Bane, but they have a lot of work to do. I'm very happy with the sweep, don't get me wrong, but they got to get back in the gym and start working on some things.
Yeah, I mean, Hartenstein had a great game. 11 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 71% from the field. I think that was really big, shutting down Edie as well, who fouled out after 8 points, 8 rebounds. Never understood the hype with that guy. Shouldn't be starting, shouldn't be playing. But That's my opinion.
Right. Another thing with the Hartenstein and the Caruso ads, if you want to look on the bright side, these types of games, they're the guys that help win these games. They help in these types of games. They're the guys that will help us scrape by. They'll be gritty. They'll be on defense. They'll be on offense, and they're going to pick the rest of the team up, which I think they did in the last 2 games, especially. Even when Hartenstein's quiet on the offensive side, he's just a maniac on the boards and defense. So to have them, I believe we could beat any team. And even on our worst days or worst nights, they are the guys that will push us over the top, especially when things aren't looking too great with Pippen scoring 30 points.
And you won't always see it on the stat sheet, but when you're watching the game, because I had a friend text me saying, "Oh my gosh, Caruso sucks," and I was like, "Just watch the game, bro." Like,
yeah, no,
you're looking at the field goal percent in that one column, and you're not looking at rebounds. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steal, 1 block.
It doesn't even show up in the
so many
stat
deflections.
Sheet. It doesn't even show up in the stat sheet. The deflections, the on-ball defense of Jaren Jackson Jr. all series long. The dude's a 6'3", 6'4" white guy guarding 7-foot Jaren Jackson Jr. You got to give immense credit to Alex Caruso for what he did on Jaren Jackson all series long. He got him so pissed off. Jackson fully shoved him to the ground on a free throw attempt. They didn't call anything, which was funny to me. But, I mean, he got in his head without even really trying. He was just playing great defense and being real, like, annoying. A small, annoying guard. I think Kaysen could do that as well. I like to see Kaysen get more time, especially in the series coming up with the Clippers or Denver. I think he's very important to this team. I think he could score way more than what he has been, especially in this series. And another question mark is like Aaron Wiggins. Are we playing him? Are we not? Because we got to figure out the middle ground, because he comes in, he scores, but then he sits for 2 quarters. Like, I'm still trying to figure out where Mark is, what Mark is thinking, where he is at with him. But other than that,
how do you go from the leading scorer in game 1 to 7 minutes game 2, 7 minutes game 3, and now 15 minutes game 4? Like,
yeah, and it's like the guy's out. He's outstanding on. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to get to. He's outstanding offensively. You can't expect him to come in and be super efficient when he's playing 7 minutes one game and then 15 the next, and then 7 and then 20. Like, that's not how you get a guy going. A guy like him needs to be on the floor or off. That's it. Like, I believe he should be on the floor at least 20 minutes a game. But if you're going to have him play spot minutes, he's not going to get going. He gets hot. He's a streaky guy. So, I don't know.
Talking about streaky, that is the word to describe our shooting. 20%, 7 out of 35 from 3. It's just not good enough, really. But
yeah, and I think that starts with Shea. I mean, 13 of 24 is a great shooting night for a lot of players in the NBA. Not for him. He's way more efficient than that. He shoots over 50% every game he plays. J-Dub, 10 of 21. I take that every single game from him, especially when it's 23, 4, and 5. So, I'm really looking forward for Shea to really get going. Like, I'd rather him have 30 on 60% than 38 of 13 of 24. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's where he's best. He needs to get to the rim and needs to get to his mid-range. I did think he looked a little more refreshed today. Last game he looked tired as hell for some reason. Today he looked good, ready to go. Especially in that first quarter. Kind of faded away in the second and third, but I don't know.
Yeah. The craziest stat from this game is Jalen Williams shooting 2 free throws. I still don't understand how he's still not getting calls, even in a game where 4 players fouled out. And
yeah, there's a thing.
And it's just...
There's a thing with him. He's been getting to the line decent amount this series. Today he was driving hard. There's a lot of times where he kind of fades away from the basket where he's not going to get the call. He was driving hard today and was getting beat up. The refs, I can't be mad at them because they were giving every chance for Memphis to stay in this game, as they should. I mean, OKC should have been dominating. They were letting Memphis stay in the game, but the refs aren't going to take over and let OKC win this game without Ja Morant on the floor. They're going to make it, as even as they can. It's the playoffs, right? So OKC just has to overcome that. I mean, with with saying that, he shoots 2 free throws and he still has 23 points. That's why I love this guy. He's relentless. When the mid-range is on, it's outstanding. When his 3 is on, it's even better. He was 2 for 5, but when he's really on, I mean, the guy's going to be scoring 30. He's ready. He's here. And to everyone last year who was saying, oh, J-Dub's not a playoff guy. Well, it was his first playoff, and I'm pretty sure he's a playoff guy. I'm pretty sure he is definitely our second best player, and I'm pretty sure we're going to win a lot of games because of him and in these next few series coming up. I could go over to Memphis. I already mentioned Pippen 30 and 11, which is unreal. Held Jaren Jackson to 12 and 4 again. Alex Caruso, Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein. Great defense. I mean, the dude was 3 of 12, and he had Caruso and weak side help from Chet guarding him. Aldama had a great shooting day. He had 23 points, 5 threes, but what are you going to do? Other than that, their guys were not great. I'm just happy to get this series over with, restart, and come with a little bit more intensity in the next series coming up. Good thing is we do start at home again. We will start at home every series as long as we're still in the playoffs, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, we started so strong in the series, and then we kind of stooped down to our opposition's level, and
which is not a common thing for us.
No, and we just can't do that next series. We got to shoot better and stay dominant, and don't get to the point where the refs' calls can affect the game. Be so far ahead that if they call bad, like terrible calls, then it doesn't matter because, like, you can't lose because of the refs. Even if the refs are bad on any night, I'm not going to blame them because we shouldn't be putting ourselves in a position where we lose a game because of a missed call from a ref.
Right.
Especially not against the
Grizzlies. Shouldn't even have been that close. I mean, they almost had a tip in at the buzzer at the end off the free throw. Ball flew right over the rim. My heart sank for a bit.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to take your wins as you can in the playoffs, right? You get a win here. That's one series down. You got to win in game 3. It was disgusting. What a comeback, but you go up 3-0. It doesn't matter how you get them. It's just you got to get the wins. But as fans, we'd like to see, all right, we beat them by 20 in the closeout game. That would be nice, especially, I'd like to see Shea at the end of this game today score 4 straight baskets instead of going 1 for 4 in the final 3. Like, I don't know. We got the hot spot here.
Yeah, I brought this comment up because it's so true. It says next series against whoever we need to stay inside of teams to foul us and create mismatch by getting to the line since we aren't getting a great 3-point shooting team. It's so true because once we start in the paint, then we'll find the shooters and then we'll get the rhythm. But it all starts in the paint. And we got the players for that. Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They live in the paint and we need to start in the paint and then progress to the 3. Once we see the ball go through the hoop, get the confidence in. But don't come out the gates shooting 20% from 3.
Yeah, I'd also really enjoy – I'm just going to say right now, I prefer the Clippers next series, and hear me out. I know Denver's kind of struggling right now, but they got Zubac, and nobody else is big on their team. We need to start games fast in the second round, and the one thing we do really good is we start extremely fast with only one center on the floor. So we'll throw maybe Caruso or Cason Wallace, probably Cason Wallace into the starting lineup next series. All we got to worry about is Zubac, who's been outstanding, but I'm sure we could handle him. So if we are able to go away from the double big to start the game, I think these games will look a lot better for OKC. If we were to play Denver, I'm not so sure. I mean, Aaron Gordon's a solid guy. I think he's about 6'10", maybe 6'9" or so. He's a pretty big dude. But I don't love the idea of the double big against them. We watched it in the final 2 games of the regular season where Chet was running around chasing Aaron Gordon on the perimeter, and he's just picking up fouls. I don't love that, and the offense gets stagnant with them both on the floor. So I'm hoping that we're able to get away from the double big next series and, create some offense, get Shea going early, get J-Dub to the rack, get some free throws, because that's when we're at our best offensively.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally in agreement with you that I want the Clippers because we beat them 4 times this regular season. And I remember Alex Caruso guarding Zubac when both the centers were out, and he did a fine job. So I know Zubac is having a great year, most improved finalist and all that, but against OKC, I don't see it. But
Yeah,
as
yeah.
long as we lock Kawhi down, no one's guarding Shea. We know that he had his first 40 bomb. No, 50. No, he had his first career high
Right,
this season against them.
right.
And then
Yeah, I'm not worried about them defensively. There's a lot of players on this team that could beat us. I mean, James Harden's been playing great. Kawhi, when he's hot, is just like top 2 NBA player in the league. Powell has been really great for them all series long, but I don't love their bench. I don't think their bench can, if our bench is playing up to our standard, they can't compete with us. But yeah, I think you said Alex Caruso could guard Zubac, and people are going to be like, outside of Thunder fans are going to be like, what the hell is this kid talking about? Why does he have a podcast, right? But we just watched 4 straight games of Alex Caruso guarding Jaren Jackson Jr., and you could go look at Jaren Jackson every game besides Game 3. I mean, Game 3, he had decent stats. He was still struggling against, like I said, the small, white, bald guy, Alex Caruso. It's unbelievable. It really is. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, and I'm just so happy to have this guy on my team, especially in the playoffs. Getting to some of these Instagram comments here. Everyone's saying, we bring the brooms, Thunder sweep. I think I can't. What did that say? Rel Jerry OKC. He said my favorite player of the whole series. I think we were talking about Caruso when he said that. I think I agree. But J-Dub's real close to him for me personally. I'm looking at this Denver game right now. We got a game going 29-26 early in that second quarter. So we'll see. I mean, if the Clippers take this one, it's going to be real hard for Denver to come out of a 3-1 series drought. And, I mean, the Clippers quite possibly could have won the first game too. So Clippers look real good, but I still prefer to see them. I just do. I think it will open up our offense more, even with Kawhi and Zubac out there.
The one player on the Clippers I'm not excited to see is Derek Jones Jr. But
right, I mentioned that the other night. I was like, well, Derek Jones might kill us, but I mean that's fine. I mean, I'd love to see
credit to him if he can on 2 different teams in 2 consecutive years.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Harden back in OKC in a playoff series. It's always fun. The Lou Dort Harden matchup is always fun. I prefer to guard Kawhi with Lou Dort, but Lou Dort normally locks up James, so we'll probably go that direction.
Talking about Kawhi, I saw this comment. What do you think?
Hotspot, welcome back, by the way. He says, I agree. We could play the Clippers better. We should play Hartenstein on Kawhi because Kawhi uses his hands a lot and his shot is so flat. iHeart being 7 foot, he can stay with him and block his shot. I don't love the idea of my center guarding Kawhi Leonard. I have a lot of respect for Kawhi Leonard when he's on, which he's looking to be right now. I think he's probably one of the 2 best players in basketball. I think we could go to Lou. I think we could go to Caruso. But what you see from OKC is they play team defense. So it'll most likely be like Caruso and Kaysen together somehow. I mean, and like no one else is going to be open, even though there's 2 guys on one player. It's just how we play defense. And Hartenstein can shadow. I mean, I'd love to see him shadow, but you can't have Hartenstein on the perimeter, especially with the shot blocking ability on the inside. I don't love that.
Yeah, I think the Hartenstein-Zubac matchup will be a big one this series as well because based off the regular season, Shet didn't handle it very well, but I think, this is why we got Hartenstein, to get the rebounds and to guard these big guys. And it's why we got Caruso as well, to all that defense, all the clutch plays.
And also, I mean, if they want to go to Zubac and he's scoring 18 points, it's all 2-point shots. It's going to be a lot of free throws that most of them, well, not most, but a lot of them he'll miss. So I prefer them. When OKC gets beat, it's by teams just spraying the 3 ball, right? I mean, they're shooting franchise record from 3. That's how you beat OKC. So if you want to go 2 for 2 with them, you're not going to win because when Shea's on, he's just going to be way more efficient than your whole team. So that's not the way to beat OKC. You got to beat them by 3-point shooting, and I don't love the Clippers 3-point shooting. That's why I like that matchup.
Yeah, I don't really see anyone who can torch us. I think Norman Powell's going to struggle if we play them. He's not going to see daylight, so he's going to hate himself.
The one thing about the Clippers is, besides the Kawhi Leonard, James Harden duo, which has been pretty outstanding recently, that home court looks to be like a real home court advantage, which you haven't gotten from the LA Clippers. That new arena with the wall, I forget what they call it. It looks to be bothering a lot of players, and it seems to be real loud there, which is awesome. I'd love to go in there and play a game, and especially win. I think that would be great for our team's confidence. And I like to see the adversity.
See how the free throw shooting goes, because it hasn't been the best this series.
Right.
But
anyway, back to today. I mean, really, that's 2 seasons in a row where we sweep our first round opponent. I know there was some bad games, but 2 years in a row when you sweep, that's just getting the job done. The Grizzlies always fight OKC. They are forever they've played OKC really hard, even dating back to Gasol and Randolph days. I mean, they used to have me like having nightmares every night just thinking about those guys. But we swept them. At the end of the day, we swept them, and that doesn't happen too often. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Most of the time, one team will get one win somehow. But OKC, I mean, even on their worst days, they get the job done, right? So that's what I'm going to stand by. I think that's going to be my quote for the rest of these playoffs. When I start to go psycho inside my head watching today, like, you know what? They played like absolute dog shit today, and they still won. They were down by 29 the other day, and it was ugly as hell, but they still won. So that's something I'm really going to hang my hat on and be excited for, because when we do play our best, I mean, we beat this team by 51 points in game 1, right? Mm-hmm. So we know who we are.
And sweeping is no easy feat. This is only the 3rd playoff series sweep in Thunder history. Obviously, last year was one as well, so we got a squad.
King Capers joined on the Instagram. What up? What up? Yep, he said brooms. We got the brooms out. You know, can't complain. Can't complain. You should actually be really excited. I honestly just made my whole day just speaking on this podcast with my mindset. I really do think they played like absolute dog shit, and they still win games. Just how they are. That's how they've been all season long, right?
And it's scary because if we play how we know we can play, then no team touches.
Right. They need to. It really just starts with Shea. It really just starts with Shea. That's all it is. But
then it's also who can step up when Shea is having an off game. And I think J-Dub's done a great job of that, because that was not a thing last season. It was Shea's off, we're off. But
right. Yeah. Right. I mean, when Shea's off, J-Dub's been freaking outstanding all series long. I don't have the average, but if I had to guess, it's somewhere about 23 points per game. Chet's been outstanding all series long. He pretty much made the comeback himself the other night. And even when he only has 11 points today, he has the 4 blocks. And he's involved in a lot of deflections as well that don't show up on the stat sheet. And then the difference from last year is you bring in guys like Hartenstein. When Shea's off, Hartenstein is on no matter what. Caruso's going to bother everyone on the floor. He's going to be guarding every player on the floor. And when he's hitting threes, that's even more of a luxury. I mean, he's not a great shooter at all. And then you got guys like Casey Wallace in his second year who's going to be better. The team's just super loaded. I mean, even Lou Dort didn't have his best this series, and we still managed to sweep. So got to look on the bright side, I guess.
Well, great game, great series. Excited for the next one.
It's all you can be, right? It's all you can be. You just got to move on. And we can wait. We'll be waiting probably quite a while, honestly. I mean, I think even if the Clippers take this one, Denver will win one more game. So we have a nice break to get healthy, to get refreshed.
Good to get the rest up, yeah.
To get some nice rest and work on what went wrong in this series, where even where you sweep somebody in a series, there are things that you could work on and improve on and get ready for the second series. So that's what it's all about. And I just got news that the Giants are declining the 5th year on Evan Neal's contract. That's great for the NFL. But, yeah, that's really it. I mean, Jack, unless you got anything else to say.
That's about it. I mean, I want to say that I predicted it right. OKC in 4, so shout out to me. But
yeah, I'd like to shout myself out as well. I've been doing that a lot this series. I mean, I called it the J-Dub series. Yeah. I think I said 4. I maybe would have been nice and give him 5. I don't remember, but If you want predictions, we're spot on. So come back anytime. But yeah, other than that, I mean, OKC completes the sweep of Memphis today in Memphis, 117 to 115, the closest game of the series. They will move on to the semifinals and await the Denver Nuggets, or the winner of the Denver Nuggets and the LA Clippers series, which is looking like the Clippers, but it's still early in that series, so we don't know. The game's actually live right now, so that'll give us more of an idea of who we're going to be playing. But other than that, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Enjoy the time off. No stress for a couple days, maybe a week or so. So that'll be nice. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube. Like I said, we're on all socials at Bring the Thunder Podcast. We're on X. We're on Instagram. Spotify listeners, go ahead to Spotify if you'd like. We're also on there. And without further ado, you know what? I think I'm gonna let Jack do it today. I don't have the energy for it today.
Are you for real? Or?
I don't know. Thunder up, baby! Let's go!